Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Tao Soon's lesson today. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Let's start our lesson today with Round 6, Unit 5, Lesson 5E, Grammar, page 94. Before we start, make sure you have with you Round 6 Student's Book, Round 6 Workbook, your notebook, pen and pencil with you. Are you ready? Let's start. In the previous lesson, you have learned how to describe your last holiday using the simple past, affirmative and negative. Today, we will continue to learn about the past simple, interrogative and short answers. Như vậy, trong bài học lần trước, các em đã được học về thì quá khứ. Đây là một thì rất quan trọng và thông dụng trong tiếng Anh. Và hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục học về thì quá khứ, làm thế nào để đặt câu hỏi và câu trả lời ngắn cho thì quá khứ nhé các em. Okay, so let's start our lesson today. Look at what Peter did or didn't do yesterday. Write questions, then answer them. Let's look at the example first. Interrogative. Did I play tennis? Did you play tennis? Did he play tennis? Etc. Như vậy, quy tắc cũng tương tự như là thì hiện tại đơn. Đối với thì quá khứ đơn thì chúng ta sẽ mang trợ động từ did ra đầu câu đứng trước chủ ngữ I, you, he. Đó chính là cách mà chúng ta sẽ đặt câu hỏi cho thì quá khứ đơn. Okay, so let's look at the next example. Did I leave? Did you leave? Did he leave? Như vậy cũng tương tự, các em sẽ mang trợ động từ did ra đầu câu, đứng trước chủ ngữ là I, you, he. Okay, and don't forget, we use rising intonation with yes-no questions. Did he call you? Did he call you? Okay, so how to make short answers? If the answer is yes, you will say, yes, I did. Or yes, you did. Yes, he did, etc. For no, your answer will be no, I didn't. No, you didn't. No, he didn't, etc. Các em lưu ý, đối với câu trả lời ngắn no thì chúng ta phải sử dụng hình thức viết tắt là didn't. Okay, that's very simple, right? So now let's have a look at this picture, class. There are two people in this picture and they are having a conversation. What are they talking about? Let's listen.
Did you have a nice time at the party?
Do you have a nice time at the party?
Yes, I did. It was fantastic.
Yes, I did. It was fantastic. Okay, very nice. So now let's do these exercises to check if you understand or not. Number 1, for example, go to the mall. So you can make the question in simple past. Did Peter go to the mall? No, he didn't. Nếu như các em thấy có một dấu chéo thì chúng ta sẽ trả lời câu hỏi là no. Okay, so now let's do number 2 together, class. Play basketball. How do you make the question for number 2? Very good. The question is, did Peter play basketball? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Very good. Now let's move to number 3. Meet his friends. Can you make the question for number 3? And remember, the answer is yes. Good job. The question is, did Peter meet his friends? Yes, he did. Very nice. Okay, so let's do the last one, class. Number 4. Watch a film. How do you make the question for number 4? And remember, the answer is yes. Okay, very good. The question is, did Peter watch a film? And the answer is yes, he did. Excellent. Okay, let's continue to do number 5, 6, 7, and 8 together. Listen to music. So the question is, did Peter listen to music? No, he didn't. How about number 6? Go to the park. Yes, that's right. Did Peter go to the park? No, he didn't. Number 7. Chat online. So the question is, did Peter chat online? Yes, he did. Number 8. Go to bed late. What is the question, class? Very nice. Did Peter go to bed late? Yes, he did. Excellent. Well done. We have finished this exercise. Exercise 2. Use the phrases to ask and answer questions. Past simple, interrogative, short answers. Trong bài tập thứ 2, các em sẽ sử dụng các gợi ý cho sẵn để đặt câu hỏi nhé. Và sau đó chúng ta sẽ trả lời theo thông tin thật sự của mình. Let's look at number 1 first. So, how do you make the question for number 1? Let's listen.
Did you get up early yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Did you get up early yesterday? Yes, I did. Như vậy, chúng ta sẽ đặt câu hỏi ở thì quá khứ. Có phải ngày hôm qua bạn thức dậy sớm không? Đúng rồi. Yes, I did. Nếu như ngày hôm qua các em không thức dậy sớm, thì chúng ta sẽ trả lời là No, I didn't. Okay, do you understand, class? Let's start number 2 now. Question number 2. Your mom go to work yesterday. So how do you make the question for number 2? Excellent. The question is, did your mom go to work yesterday? And what is the answer? Okay. Yes, she did. Câu này có nghĩa là, ngày hôm qua mẹ của bạn có đi làm hay không? Nếu như mẹ của mình có đi làm thì mình sẽ trả lời là Yes, she did. Còn nếu như không thì chúng ta sẽ trả lời là No, she didn't. Very good. Let's listen to the question.
Did your mum go to work yesterday?
Yes, she did. No, she didn't.
Okay, it's very clear, right? So let's move on to number 3 class. Teacher give you lots of homework last week. How do you make the question for number 3? Excellent, very good. The question is, did your teacher give you lots of homework last week? Yes, he did. Giáo viên của bạn có cho bạn nhiều bài tập về nhà vào tuần trước không? Có. Yes, he did. Nếu như không thì chúng ta sẽ trả lời là No, he didn't. Very good. Excellent. Let's move to number 4. You go on holiday last summer. How do you make the question for number 4? Excellent. Very good. The question is, did you go on holiday last summer? Mùa hè năm ngoái thì các em có đi nghỉ mát hay không? Nếu có, chúng ta sẽ trả lời là Yes, I did. Và nếu không, chúng ta sẽ trả lời là No, I didn't. Let's listen to the question and answer of number 4.
Did you go on holiday last summer?
Yes, I did. No, I didn't.
Okay, let's move on to number 5. Your best friend called you last night. How do you make the question for number 5? Very good. The question is, did your best friend call you last night? And what is your answer? Yes or no? Yes, he did. Let's listen to the question and answer of number 5.
Did your best friend call you last night?
Yes, she did. No, she didn't.
Okay, very good. Các em để ý trong câu này, câu trả lời là he, she, bởi vì bạn thân của chúng ta có thể là nam, cũng có thể là nữ, đúng không nào? Okay, let's move on to the last question. Number 6. Your dad drive you to school this morning. So, how do you make the question for number 6? Very good, excellent. The question is, did your dad drive you to school this morning? Yes or no? Yes, he did. Or no, he didn't. Let's listen to the question and answer for number 6.
Did your dad drive you to school this morning?
Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
Okay, very good. We have finished exercise 2. Good job. Okay, so now let's move to the last exercise today, class. Exercise 3. Use the words in practice to write questions as in the example. Let's look at the example first. She left at 9. When? Trong bài tập thứ 3, các bạn hãy đặt câu hỏi với phần được gạch dưới nhé. Và chúng ta đã có sẵn một từ để hỏi ở đây và các em sẽ bắt đầu câu hỏi của mình với từ để hỏi when. Okay, for example number 1. So, the underlined part is at 9. So the question is, when did she leave? Okay, do you understand, class? Let's listen to question number 1 first.
When did she leave?
Excellent. We have a note here before we do this exercise. Trước khi chúng ta bắt đầu làm bài tập này, các em hãy lưu ý. Đối với những câu hỏi bắt đầu bằng từ để hỏi, question words, thì chúng ta sẽ để từ để hỏi question words trước trợ động từ did. Và câu hỏi bắt đầu bằng từ để hỏi, chúng ta sẽ gọi là dạng câu hỏi WH questions. Và đối với câu hỏi WH questions, các em lưu ý là ngữ điệu chúng ta sẽ đi xuống ở cuối câu nhé. For example, who did you talk to? Who did you talk to? Okay, very good. So now, let's do number 2 together, class. Number 2, he went to the theater last night. The question word is where. So how do you make the question starting with where? Okay, very good. The question is, where did he go last night? Let's listen to the answer.
Where did he go last night?
Where did he go last night? Excellent, very good. So now let's move on to number 3. Anne met Harry yesterday. And the question word is who. So how do you make the question for number 3, everybody? Excellent. The question is,
Who did Anne meet yesterday?
who did Anne meet yesterday? Remember, the intonation in WH question is falling intonation. Các em lưu ý, đối với câu hỏi WH question, chúng ta phải xuống giọng ở cuối câu nhé. Now let's do number 4 together. He called Bob to invite him to his party. Why? So how do you make the question for number 4, class? Okay, very good. The answer is,
Why did he call Bob?
why did he call Bob? Excellent. Câu số 4 có nghĩa là anh ấy đã gọi Bob để mời Bob đến bữa tiệc của anh ấy. Như vậy chúng ta phải đặt câu hỏi cho phần gạch dưới là why? Tại sao? Very good. Excellent. Now let's do number 5 together, everybody. The film started at 7 p.m. What time? Bộ phim bắt đầu vào lúc 7 giờ tối. Như vậy, chúng ta phải đặt câu hỏi cho phần gạch dưới, đó là mấy giờ? Ok, như vậy các em sẽ đặt câu hỏi như thế nào? Excellent, very good. The question is,
What time did the film start?
what time did the film start? Very good, excellent. Let's move on to number 6. I went to the cinema on foot. Tôi đi bộ đến rạp chiếu phim. Các bạn lưu ý, went on foot có nghĩa là đi bộ nhé. Okay, this question may be a little bit tricky. How do you make the question with how? Excellent, very good. The question is,
How did you go to the cinema?
how do you go to the cinema? Good job. Okay, let's move to the last question, class. Number 7. They wore coats. How do you make the question with what? Okay, very good. Excellent. The question is,
What did they wear?
What did they wear? They wore coats. Họ đã mặc cái gì? Họ đã mặc những chiếc áo khoác. Excellent! So we have finished all the exercises today in this lesson. Okay, so that is the end of our lesson today. Today we have learned how to make interrogative and short answers for yes-no question in past simple. Besides, we also learn how to make WH questions in past simple. And don't forget, we use following intonation with WH questions. Hôm nay chúng ta đã được học cách đặt hai loại câu hỏi với thì quá khứ, đó là câu hỏi yes no và câu hỏi bắt đầu bằng WH. Các em lưu ý, đối với câu hỏi yes no question, chúng ta sẽ lên giọng ở cuối câu, và đối với câu hỏi WH question thì chúng ta sẽ xuống giọng ở cuối câu hỏi nhé. Alright, we have finished Unit 5 Lesson 5E Grammar, page 94. For homework and more practice, remember to review all the language points we have learned in this lesson. Do the exercise in the workbook, page 48. Access the EduHome at eduhome.com.vn for more practice resources. That's the end of our lesson today. Thank you and goodbye.